Hi everyone, my name is Man Overboard. I consider myself to be probably a TFL, not so much an incel. I've had sex before, but now what I am looking at is I'm 46 years old and just looking for ways that I can move on in life, mainly within the social aspect, dating and relating to women, and having more relationships and more fun in my life in that sense. I know people tell you to not place your validation on women solely, and they're correct, but it's a very hard thing not to do. In this day and age, we live in a highly sexualized society. Sex is thrown in our face at all angles, beautiful women everywhere. I go out, I work, and then, as I'm going through my day, I see, beautiful women in heels and skirts. And it's thrown in your face, and if you're a single guy and you find it hard to come by, it's a very difficult life to live. A bit of background, as you can see, I'm bald. This up here, there's a little bit of soft hair at the front. That's from a hair transplant I did way back when I was 20 years old. First signs of male pattern baldness at 16. I went totally bald at the age of 21. In terms of height, I'm 5'6", which is well below average for average Western male. I guess what I'm looking for in life is not to settle down. I'm not really looking to settle down into a long-term relationship. I just am looking to have fun. How can I say this? When I was, in my prime of my life, I was, as I said, I went fully bald when I was 21. Hair transplant, it took, but I had 3 sessions, and not all the hairs took. What happens is DHT, which is released after when you're going bald and you have a lot of testosterone in your system, and it releases a chemical called DHT, which kills the follicles and stops follicle growth in this area from the crown to the forehead here. Anything that's taken from the side, which has not been DHT related, the side or back of your head, and planted into the DHT affected areas, will not lose. So I had 3 of those done when I was 20 years old, 20 and 21. There are scars on the back of my head from the donut area still, which I show when I shave my head. It came out, not all, so I think there were about 500 or 500 to 700 strands or follicles placed from the back of my head into this front third part here only. And what happened was, out of the 500 to 700, I think only a third of them took. That's what the doctor told me, the surgeon told me. So it's not very thick. I've grown it back. I've got pictures of when I was in my mid-20s. I've grown it back before. It stands up, and it stands up like scraggly little thin hair, like a bad comb over, so I decided to just shave the whole thing off. Now, the reason I didn't get this part, the second and third part, done back to the crown, so when I had the hair transplants, the doctor told me it was too risky as a 20-year-old because they didn't know how bad my baldness would go, how low down it would drop down the sides of my head. It actually didn't drop any further. I was like this when I was 20. It was down from here all the way around here. I feel like when I was in my youth, I was kind of robbed of the life, the social and sexual life that all my peers and my friends were having. I was the only guy not getting anything. And then when it came to my later years, I managed to get into a relationship in my mid-20s finally with a manic depressive girl, crazy girl. It only lasted 4 months. We started having sex at first, and then she was totally turned off by me, cheated behind my back when I was at work. I don't know what to say. And then she got me to shave my head. It used to be standing up, and I used to wear this a lot thicker, and it looked like a bad comb over, and I've been shaving my head since. Nowadays, I'm in my mid to late 40s, and I was thinking, I know it might be too little too late, but I was thinking of getting a hair system, like an attachment, so I grow the sides and back normal length, and getting a hair system, I can get my hair back. At least that way, people, at least it's not, people aren't saying, oh, you're short and bald, women aren't judging me on the shortness and baldness. They don't judge me on the shortness only, not the baldness. It's one part of the equation out. I don't really know what to do, where to go from here. If I don't want to go, well, I'll say this now, I don't want to give up. I don't want to pay for it anymore if I don't have to. I've been, I had another girlfriend for a year and a half, and the relationship was totally asexual. She wasn't into me, I wasn't into her. It was just companionship, really. I had a few flings when I was overseas, just one night stands. Very lucky, very lucky. I had one girl on holidays here from the United States. Very lucky, and that's about it. I'm in my mid to late 40s, and just wanting to know, what I can do from now. How I can tap into that missed life I had, that missed chapter of life when I was in the prime of my sex life, and I totally missed out. Just looking for ideas and ways that I could get better. I used to go to the gym regularly. I'm not a very muscular guy. I'm a very thin-built guy, as you can see. A lot of hair all over my body. I do work out, but it doesn't really show on a thin frame, and I'm at my age, it's probably too dangerous to take steroids. I'm tempted to. I'm thinking about testosterone replacement. I don't know what my testosterone levels are. I'd like to get them checked, and maybe look at getting some testosterone enhancement. That might give me a more youthful glow. Might make me look better overall, and might help with my overall sculpting of my face and my body. I've tried PUA. I paid $3,000 for a date game boot camp. Followed what they told me to do religiously for well over a year. No results at all. That was when I was in my mid-30s, early mid-30s, at 33. I don't know what more to say. I believe that the biggest driver with dating is a man's looks, contrary to what women say. There's a study out in The Guardian. I was listening this week on the radio, the local radio station here. They're saying that women lie more than men. And what women lie most about is things that would make people feel nicer or better. And what men lie about is they lie about themselves to make themselves look better. So women lie to men more about not letting them feel bad about themselves, and men lie to women about trying to prep themselves up. So the study was saying that women lie more anyway, and I've listened to a lot of female advice. None of it's worked for me. I tend to watch what a female does rather than what she says. And actions speak louder than words, as they say. And when I've been out, I've been watching females select their partners, and all the partners, I don't see many men who look like me getting selected at all. I met my first girlfriend through speed dating, that one that was crazy manic depressive, lasted 4 months. The second one I met through a friend who was trying to pick up a friend of hers, and I was just sitting there quietly as he was cringeworthy trying to pick them up, and her friend turned to me and started talking to me, and we just clicked as friends and nothing more really. So it was just a platonic relationship. We used to sleep with each other in the same bed, but we never had sex. She didn't want sex. She always told me it was sex after marriage. I've always wanted to be, that kind of guy that, adored by women, wanted by women. But at 46 now, I still dream of that. But whether it can happen, I don't know. So this is just a video about me, and hopefully some more on this channel. I want to grow this channel, and I don't want to there's so much black pill content out on the internet right now. I don't really want to steer into that. I want to look at more solutions-based channel on ideas and how I can move forward with my goals and what I want to achieve. And that is mainly to recapture that lost sex life I didn't have, that I should have had, and all my friends were having it in our sexual prime. People tell me, oh, you're not entitled to sex, you're not entitled to a woman. Well, why do women feel so entitled to have kids? Why do women have this drive to have kids so much? And they're women, single women who never get married, freeze their eggs, have IVF. They're entitled to that. They're entitled to their kids. Men, we're told we're not entitled to sex. We're not entitled to our biological drive like women are. So I find that very hypocritical. Society is very two-faced and very hypocritical when it comes to men. And we all know the F word, F-E-M word. I think that's mostly to blame for this reason. If anyone's got any other ideas, I'd like to hear your comments and thoughts. And if you're watching my channel for the first time, please subscribe.